What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. In the last episode, we finally finished off the Shattered Throne, the dungeon here in the Forsaken campaign, and in this episode, we got a little bonus for you today. This is another strike that was added with Forsaken that was not removed from the game, thankfully. Because it's technically in the Dreaming City, but also not. It's more so in the Reef, I would say, is correct to say. Yes, this is the Warden of Nothing, which is a nice little homage to the Prison of Elders from Destiny 1. You might remember that little activity, which was beloved by people for some reason, even though it was kind of a meh activity for the most part. But this is still actually a pretty story-relevant activity because this takes place right after Varrix ran from the Prison of Elders and the Dreaming City and escaped, and he kind of left the servitor, that weird-looking servitor that we saw in the activity, in charge of this entire thing.
You're in for the biggest gunfight to ever happen in prison. I'm a little jealous. Incoming.
And so we need to stop this servitor from running its subroutines while it continues to run the Prison of Elders, even though everything is all said and done. Now, first mechanic you're going to have to deal with in here is these trains. Get on your Sparrow and go. And also be sure to dodge out of the way before those things kill you, because they will absolutely one-shot you. Okay. So we got a lot of enemies to fight through as we go through here. I'm going to use the Xenoclast I got at the end of my Corrupted run for this one, as well as Bad Juju. So I can get my supers pretty quickly. Oh, don't you be teleporting on me. Thank you very much. And now let's take this Sparrow and head on in here. And this is where we have to get kind of fancy with our Sparrow skills. So these are, for the most part, going to alternate, but they don't do that exclusively, so keep that in mind. I'm going to go down underneath. Another one is going to come on the right side. Let's go to the right again. And now it comes to the left. Go! Okay, we barely were able to beat that one before it took us down. We got a whole lot more in the way of enemies. Let's keep taking these guys out. There we go. And he decided he wanted to run on ahead. I'm sure this guy's trying. I don't know why this guy's trying to speed run it, given that this isn't actually the Vanguard playlist, but I guess, you know, more power to him if he really feels like he needs to. But let's keep going. And as we head up in here, we're going to have some more enemies to deal with. And this is kind of the first quote-unquote encounter room, if that makes sense. So let's start taking all of these out as we go. Got a Hydra to deal with over here. Oh, the train saved you, you lucky son of a gun. So I'm going to actually use my super here on the actual boss that spawns in here. It is not the Hydra. Let me kill you as well. And I think he got primed with a Volt Shot, which is a pretty awesome perk that I'm pretty sure this guy is using on his Ikelos submachine gun. Let's take all of them out. We're just going to keep clearing the room. Like so. Like that. There we go. This is actually a pretty darn good shotgun, if I'm being honest. I do like Xenoclast. Yep, that is definitely Volt Shot. That little chain lightning there is a dead giveaway. It's the only legendary perk that is allowed to do that. Alright, so for this guy, I'm going to super him with that. And I don't want to stay standing there for too long because the trains will come through and absolutely murk me if I'm not careful. But now with all that done, we can continue. That Minotaur that I supered has pretty low health, honestly. Any super will kill it pretty easily. Or a couple of rockets or something along those lines. It's not too strong. But it will teleport all around the room, and so you do have to deal with that. So we got Cabal to deal with in here, and I'm actually going to try to keep up with this guy because I'm sure he's going to try to run ahead here, and I don't want him to because there is a part where he can actually lock me out if he does. So I'm going to kill all of these guys. Woo, okay, now I almost died from that. I'm going to do, there we go, get a combination blow going as I kill a few more of these guys. Let's kill you as well. And we're going to want to, and I'm going to actually let him come with me because I'm not going to screw him over either, even if he's about to screw me over. And up in we go. Now this is the Prison of Elders I know and love. It's like the exact same thing as the usual Fallen Room. And we are going to actually have some Prison of Elders-esque mechanics in here, which makes this all the more fun. So let's take out this Minotaur. with my last shotgun shot there. And that should do it. All right, and he did throw some special my way. Thank you very, very much.
Dead. You are not.
All right, and just like at the end of a round in Prison of Elders, you will get a Scorch Cannon that you can use if you so desire. But do you also remember this mechanic? Wait for it. Splinter Mines! Yes, we actually have to defuse these, much like we did in the original Prison of Elders. So just kind of stand on them, wait for them to defuse. They're actually a lot more generous this time around, if I'm going to be honest. They give you way more time to do it in this version than they did in... Because I think it was only 30 seconds in Destiny 1. But it's 60 seconds this time around. Plenty of time to head on over to them, and the timer does stop counting down when you actually are standing on them, which is also good. So I'm going to let the guys over there take care of B while I do C. And there are some other enemies to be dealing with around here as well. But there goes C. And now, of course, we have to end all of this with a boss round. And the boss is, again, pretty easy to deal with. But he's going to spawn in the middle. So just wait for him. Out come the Legionaries. Kill all of them. And here's the boss. All right, let's kill him. Pretty simply. No, or I could just get absolutely phalanxed like an idiot. That was really, really dumb. I was not paying attention at all to that phalanx. But down goes the boss. Okay. It's a good thing I didn't have like ×4 Feast of Light or anything. I would have been pretty upset about that. But all right. Now, of course, we have to head to the treasure room, just like with every other Prison of Elders run. And do keep in mind this is a strike, okay? It's not Prison of Elders. We're not done just yet. But let's keep going. Once you head down, there is awaiting you at the very end, the treasure chest.
You won. Your treasure awaits.
So what treasure do we get? We get treasure keys, we get some reef weapons. No.